Cool.
All right. Well, let's start. Let's have a fresh start an hour after we were supposed to.
Yeah. Hi, guys. My name's Bosco. You know where to find me. Caliban, do the thing.
Hi, I'm Dr. Caliban. I am the one of the hosts of MNW Firing Line. Tim.
Hi, I'm OffKeyLime. I'm here. And
I'm
you too.
StorytellersApprentice. I'm also a co-host for Firing Line.
Nice.
All right. Good to go.
So earlier I was giving my rev up of what was going on, but now that they can hear you, Bosco, give us a proper history of how this match came to be.
A proper history? Okay, so where do I even fucking start? So
why it had to happen.
So I had a match against Defunk where I absolutely he called me out, and as you do, this was back in the RNG era. So he called me out, and my build was a monster. We weren't supposed to do the whole undefeated thing. We just were running RNG, and I got really I didn't know enough about the game to even claim credit for how good the build was. But Kurt threw me in a #1 contendership match in my second match, and I fucking beat all of the established stars. And he's like, well, I guess you're the #1 contender. And it's like, and Rosso had just won the belt. So he's like, I guess you're fighting Rosso. Next week, I beat Rosso for the belt. So in 3 weeks, I was now the new heavyweight champion. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. And then Zako Duo calls me out. RNG, I whip his ass. And then Lucius and all that stuff happens. And I'm like, you know what? Let's actually keep this streak alive because people hate it. So we did that storyline. And then I beat Lucius straight up in RNG. And I'm like, fuck yes. I feel a little bit bad about that match because he created like a whole new attire and I beat him in 5 minutes. That's where the lawyers came from, who he then killed. During that streak, when I had that belt, I beat Defunk in a singles match. And after I lost the belt, when Probunaga cashed in, because we were like, we rigged that match to make sure I lost. Because if I had won that match, people would have like lost their shit. So we did that. Defunk comes out, challenges me to a thing. And I started beating the shit out of his tag partner. Like I beat up Chimp at a pay-per-view. And there was this whole running story about how Defunk didn't belong in the same category as me. I beat him. I beat Chimp in a great match at the pay-per-view. I used the move that I invented called the Maker's Guillotine. I tapped him out. And then we moved on to the Defunk feud. And I thought to myself, well, people are really sick of me winning. And so I'm not omitting the origin of the Bosco 3. No, I don't even know what you're talking about. We can talk about that later. We'll talk about that in the course of the match. I needed something for the match, Phil. Anyway, that notwithstanding, Funk had never won the tag belts. He had never done anything with a tag partner. He had never won a singles title. And I was like, you know what? Let's put Defunk over. Let him and Chimp go. And by the way, I'm going to use the name. I'm not going to bleep the name. We're going to just be adults. So Chimp NZ and Defunk were going to get a push out of this match and out of this like mini feud. And Defunk was going to be the guy that puts Bosco away. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then right after that, they ended up beating Deus Pulp for the tag title. So they beat Citric and Malarvik, the original Deus Pulp. And they were off and running. And history is what it is. But the plan was, let's just get them this push to get them to a tag match, hopefully to get the belts on them, and then push them to the moon. That was the idea going into this match. And it was a no sanction match because what we were able to do, we were still able to protect the aura of Bosco and his amazing winning streak because this was not on the record. So I'm like, yeah, he could put him over. It also is, guys, I don't know if you're going to believe this. This is not a clean finish. And number 3, it was able to give Defunk, like, it doesn't matter whether it was clean, dirty, sanctioned, unsanctioned, but it let us do some really cool edits, the likes of which you've still never seen if you haven't seen this match. But you will see a lot of the origins of the edits I end up using for Kurt now on an almost weekly basis. They started in matches like this. This match was so much fun to put together. It was a pain in the ass, but it was a lot of fun to put together. And it was me experimenting because I hadn't done edits like this since like SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. So it's a lot of the stuff I used back then with the updated engine.
So real quick,
yeah.
For MNW, was this the first pre-recorded edited match?
No, this was not. Because there was a chimpanzee match that was heavily edited before this.
All right.
And there was a couple other matches that I had at least recorded or pre-recorded for Kurt because he had seen what I had done and was like, oh. And I had pushed him like, hey, you should take some of the RNG out. People are getting heated. And that was part of it. It was like everybody wanted Bosco to lose, and because it was RNG, they were like, I know he can lose, and he just doesn't. And I just played that up. I was like, fuck you guys, I won again. And so we eventually came to the decision, all right, we're going to have to rig this. We're going to have to make sure that this is not a thing that happens. But yeah, that's how this all came about. I was trying to put Defunk over. I was trying to.
All right. So, shall we?
Yeah, let's hope when I switch this over, it actually works.
Oh, we'll see in a second.
Yeah, so I'm going to add the desktop audio. And I'm going to fade out the lo-fi so that we are uninhibited. And by the way, C- Taka is going to be doing commentary during this match, so we will be talking about and to him. And, here we go. This will be interesting. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
And survey says... Come on, let there be light. Really? It's just one of them days. Are you locked? Is that why?
Switch out of
there it is.
There you go.
No, there it is.
Oh, they're still
Hey, and there it is. This is how the match starts. So earlier in the night, Bosco had jumped to Funk, and they basically brawled the entire freaking night.
Shitting me. The Funk was on his way to the ring again, and EdwardBosco attacked him again.
Excellent, perfect. I'm going to turn the monitor on so I can hopefully hear it now.
Oh, God, the Funk.
Yep, and now it'll be doubled, so I'll mute that. Perfect. Now I can hear it.
All right. So again, this is earlier in the evening. You jumped into Funk.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm curious, do you guys have sound?
EdwardBosco.
No.
EdwardBosco.
All right.
Never
Well, then
stop.
I might have to figure
This
that
is
out
a
as we
snuff
go.
film.
But at least it's
End of the
working.
pay-per-view here at MNW. Don't grab your briefcase.
Yeah,
Oh, that's filled with the Funk's taxes.
Yeah.
So anyway, so this earlier,
Can't
now
claim
this
medical
attack,
expenses here in
as you
America.
said, this was earlier in the event.
Correct.
The Funk is not looking good, folks. The
Yeah, it
Funk
was
is
a
looking
There you go.
bad.
Let me know if that gives you audio.
The Funk, for God's sake.
Cool.
For God's sake.
So yeah, this started earlier in the night, and basically what the idea was, it was an unsanctioned match, and we wanted this to be more brutal than anything MNW has ever seen. And outside of maybe Gorm and Cat, which we have done after this, I think this is one of the most violent and hectic matches we've ever done. It was unsanctioned, there were no rules, so this is what they cut to after the main event.
EdwardBosco.
So technically the match is
a
underway.
man who-
Like, this is all part of the match.
He says he's
There
the
was a
best.
cutscene earlier in the night that he played to buy me time
Is this
of
what
me
the
beating
best
the crap
is?
out of Defunk and going back and forth.
Okay, and I guess.
And I don't think this was done in tax season. I'm pretty sure the last match was in August. I think it was August 13th, which is why Zako came out and basically Shawn Michael'd everybody.
Oh, is he doing a
Well,
stretch
here's the
muffler
thing,
right
this
now? Oh,
was
for the love of God.
after
A house
the
of
debut of
pain.
Flashbang,
Really? There's supposed to be a match
which
down in the
was
ring.
in July of that
There's
year.
supposed to
So
be
Yeah.
a match here in the ring.
August
Oh,
would
my
be
God.
about
Off the...
right.
I think it was
God.
August 13th, 2019. So this is the Apocalypse pay-per-view. And nobody knew that this was it for Bosco. Like, they assumed, like, oh, even if he loses, which I'm sure some people were like, well, he has to
Oh, my
lose,
God.
right?
EdwardBosco would
Even
like
if he
nothing more.
loses, like, he'll be
Spent
back.
every moment of every
It just
waking
never
life
happened.
Just beating down people.
But
I'm
I'm really proud of the edit that's coming up because it hasn't been done since. In the 2 years that we've almost had since this match, there's never been an edit quite like it. There have been cutscenes that they used, but I was proud of the edit that we cut. It's about as good as we could have done. I say we, but I mean,
I'm very proud of this card, and I am very appreciative of
Well,
everything
because
above
now
game
you
that
have
Bosco's
there's a
done
whole
to make
team
this
doing this. So that's
Let's keep
Bosco
going
is
here.
super hot at this point. Wow, you're an asshole. Why? What did I do? I'm
Destroying the Funk through all those chairs.
You were. And your character was.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's bringing back a lot of memories. for
Yeah,
people,
the chat's already heated. Good grief.
Into that table there.
So for anyone who's never seen him before,
Sandman and
the
Bosco
origin
count outlast
of
death.
other
100 bits.
iterations of Bosco
What is
and other people's
Exploder
streams having
suplex through the
before
table?
Yep.
on their clothing. Don't know if you people know it.
The thick
Bosco's a big
stupid.
Bulls fan.
Yeah, I know, right? He's from Chicago. Did you know
What's
that?
EdwardBosco doing?
This was, I want to say, I mean,
Edward
maybe not
Bosco's
the
already
first
done
time.
enough.
Well,
Twisting.
back in those days, we
Neck
barely saw
breaker.
the gorilla
Oh.
position.
Yep.
That collided. I believe that's
And
the
now it
wire
feels like it
protector.
happens all the time.
Typically, like the locker room.
Phil, maybe I'm not a little quiet. It could just be that I'm not as loud as possible.
German upper,
I
German
mean, I can
upper,
turn you
German
guys up.
upper.
Hang on a second.
Come on, Bosco. You're supposed to
Let's
have this match in the
let's do
ring.
that, and let me know if the actual match is too loud. I can tweak everything on my end. So
Yeah,
I've got you
Bosco
guys
enjoying
maxed out
this
now,
like
and
a
I'll turn
champ.
you up if I have to even further.
All right. Well,
Well, we have a certain
I said
funky
it was
one
a snuff
in
film, and I
the
stand
chat.
by it.
In the chat?
Just
Oh, he
watching a
showed
man
up.
Beat up someone he hates.
Hey, I wonder if he brought the bot with him. And
Oh,
there's the edit.
Oh,
I'm
they're
so
fighting
proud
it
of
right
that.
outside.
Because you would expect
That
them to
was
come
a
out in a
really good
different
edit.
spot,
yeah.
but I'm really happy with that edit.
They're coming out of the ring now. Oh my God, an
And
elbow
that's
drop.
certainly one of the things that showed us,
Under
oh,
the
yeah,
fu-
something more
under
is going
fuck.
on here than just an RNG match.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize, yeah, this, I remember a couple other matches that now that I'm thinking of it that proved this was not the first recorded match. Because I have memories of,
And
there
they
was
hit a
something where
ghost
somebody
of some sort.
went
Again,
through
we
a
are
car
aware that
window
this
that
place is
doesn't
haunted.
normally proc.
Yeah.
And that caused a stupid meme. I'm
Folks,
just gonna say it. A meme I wasn't a fan
Bosco
of.
slowly bringing
on,
his opponent to the ring
Flashbang,
after everything he's
every week
done.
somebody was
Targeting the
destroying
legs of
Bosco's
Defunct. Defunct
Yeah,
just
I was really sick of
not
that.
letting
I'm not
up.
gonna
He's
lie.
got gas.
I didn't understand what the point
Oh,
of it was.
tripping over the line. Bosco falls
I
to the
think
ground.
it was just, oh, it happened once, and let's turn it into a running gag. And it was like, that's great.
Defunct is
It's
hurting.
like,
He's
can we not,
limping,
though?
but he's still fighting.
Yeah, well, the original material.
He's still got
Let's
fight
have
in
that.
him.
But
Yeah, please.
I digress.
Please.
Oh my
Dead
God, a
versus
vertical
so far.
suplex right onto the light barrier.
But yeah, this was.
Oh, he's twerking on
But yeah, Kev, I
Bosco
hope
into
you
a
enjoyed this
moonsault.
trip
Twerk
down your memory
moonsault
lane.
connecting.
Yeah, tell me about it right now.
This is your life.
Hey, who else do we have here? I've seen Kev.
And
I've
a
seen,
big face
JMP,
plant for Bosco. I'm not
Phil,
gonna lie.
of course.
Defunct.
There's
I thought
Trice.
Defunct was
Or
done.
Treese, sorry. Of
But
course,
look at this
Vaughn,
guy.
who's helping, and Doppelganger, who are helping moderate tonight.
Yeah, bless you guys.
Rosso, hey, yeah, our Sawyer.
Hey, speaking of which,
Bosco. Edward
Looks like they're having trouble
Bosco.
hearing us over Taka.
okay, y'all need to make up your mind. 'cause
Unsanctioned
you said
match
the
is
match
exactly
too
what
low.
he'd love. He can do whatever he wants. Do whatever he wants. No official rules.
That's-
Can't get in
that's-
trouble. And
That's
all he
true.
had
A
to
lot
do
of
was
times
bait
we
it.
can't hear
And
anything
Defunct
over
throw
talking.
back in the ring.
So
Here
there
we
you
go, folks.
I'm gonna do this.
All right.
I'm gonna put
That's
it right
fair.
here. I'm able to monitor it. Oh, and there it is. The greatest move in all of creation, the boss KO.
And that's still nobody else has that move, right? That's
Nobody
still
else has that
Bos-
move, not even a little bit.
That's a Bosco exclusive.
I'll tell you what, though, like the fact that he calls it the Arcano, like because Kane uses a variation on a cutter. If Bosco ever came back, I would just call it the shoot cutter and piss him the fuck off. Except I have like
Bosco.
hacked RKOs now, so
The
I would just use like a hacked
sadistic man.
RKO and call it the shoot cutter.
From the Windy City.
I mean,
Oh. It's 3-pointer.
Yeah, this is the three-pointer. I reference this every time somebody did it. I'm like, oh look, it's a three-pointer.
Oh my God.
so
fuck is
looking
busted
at
over the
this and looking at some of the
second
stuff you want to do, I want to because I remember you telling us something way back.
Yeah.
How many controllers did you
second
use
time.
to make this match happen?
4. At one time I had 4 controllers. And this was before Arcov was helping me. I had to do all this shit myself. It was awful. Oh yeah, I love this so much. I'm gonna let you guys enjoy it. It's like the last promo I ever cut. Middle of the match.
You see, this is what happens when you piss me off. I tried to warn him, but since this is a no-sanction match, no rules, anything goes, I decided that I would hire myself a little bit of protection. You know, since anything goes in an unsanctioned match. So I hope you enjoy some of Flashbang's finest.
And here comes the
What
Outlaws
the hell?
pre-suspension.
This oh my God.
I hired some
What?
help, but hey, look!
Wait, hold on.
It's
hold on.
Zacco Duo in high
on, what's happening
voltage!
But that's
Hey,
supposed to be
remember when
Outlaws.
Zacco was a
But that's
face?
Yup.
that's high voltage.
And remember how Zacco?
That's high voltage.
See, this is why it was so.
What the hell
People
is
forget he
happening
was
here?
involved in this.
That's
This
Zacco
is why
Duo.
it made so much
That's
sense for him to
8-0.
talk shit. He was involved in the last match I was ever in. So on the anniversary when he
What
called
are
him
they
out,
doing?
Kurt was like,
They're-
"It doesn't make any sense."
Hold
I
on,
would
hold
argue
on,
it makes
what is
perfect
happening right
sense.
now? Oh my God. Gut check here. Holy shit, folks. What is happening right now?
They're
And
saying they
this
hear
all-
the feedback on my end. I'm not sure what that means.
They are
I
brawling
don't
right
know.
now, folks. There's a match going on in the ring right now.
What is?
Oh, I think I know what that means. Hang on a
They're
second.
called the
All
Outlaws
right,
of
fair.
Flashbang. We're supposed to come
Meanwhile,
out and help
yeah,
Edward
the
Bosco, but it looks
now
like high
I want to
voltage.
say this is well
There's
not the
kind of
first time
enough of this shit
Flashbang
they're seeing
wrestlers
right
showed
now,
up
and
on
we all know
Warzone, but I
high
think the first time the
voltage
Outlaws
has been
had showed up
pumped
on Warzone
Yep.
down to by
prior to
Edward
them becoming
Bosco.
Warzone wrestlers.
And DeFunk, wait, when Bosco wasn't watching, DeFunk got a baseball bat.
But and
DeFunk's
then
got a
yeah,
baseball bat.
back to the ring, DeFunk with a bat.
DeFunk is laying into Bosco's back with that baseball bat. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Hey!
Now here it is, the FU, the funk you on the bat.
He's going for a pinfall attempt here. Two. Kick out at 2 by Edward Bosco. Who deserves this win?
What were you
my
going to say,
God.
Tim?
I was going to
face
say, but
first into the
it had been
baseball
teased
bat.
at Flashbang about getting the Outlaws out of Flashbang, though, correct?
Yeah, so the Outlaws eventually went on to be suspended because I warned them in character not to do something, and they did it anyway.
What is the fuck doing? Those are steel. Trash
And it just,
Jones.
Kurt wanted them anyway, so it just made sense. And they've
Don't
never been
send another man
reinstated.
through that.
But Zocco and Aiden Zero were the people that helped save Defunk, if you can believe it.
Off the steel steps that weigh 8,532
Well, it
pounds.
shows how much the stories can evolve that the idea now of Zacco doing anything like this seems crazy.
Yeah, they're
But
like,
back
oh,
then
there's
it
no
was-
way.
High voltage.
But back then it was perfectly in character.
Essentially,
Yeah,
like,
no,
see
it
the
made
deep
sense,
bang,
and
the
I was
Outlaws
happy
wanted help.
to give them a
Looks like
rub as
the
well
Bucks
because
got
they were
ideas
high
instead.
voltage was a big part of Bosco's story. He came up with the thing short circuit. That's why when Mad Jack cut that promo, I'm like, hey, I haven't called anybody short circuit in a while.
This was supposed to be.
Was Aiden a part
A
of
simple match.
High Voltage back then?
Aiden, yeah, all the way
He
back
just
then. Even it was shortly
The
after
back
he was new.
And
He had
DeFunk
joined a
is-
couple of
DeFunk
months
is
ago,
taking
and then
outside.
Zocco had
DeFunk
just
is-
joined. Up back
Oh,
over the
okay.
barricade.
Back inside.
This was fun to do. A lot of people
There's a
don't
butler
use
there,
this
the
area
butler
of the
dealing
arena.
with a baseball bat. Damn straight.
And right now I'm controlling
Leather
both
is a
people,
left
by the
foot.
way.
Barrett, thank you so much. DeFunk
So this is
rolling
me
here with
reversing
Edward
myself and
Bosco.
punching
He's
myself, and it's just like,
exhausted.
ah!
DeFunk seemingly filled with energy. I've never
Especially
seen
if your
before.
controller unplugs in the middle of this crap, it's the worst.
Ooh.
Edward Bosco into a steal. Oh
But
my
I was
God,
very
this-
happy with
oh
how
my
this
God, oh
section
my
came
God, oh my
out.
God.
Oh, yes. You don't see that move very much
Oh,
either.
Concerto.
I think it's
To the
also fair to
face, Rob Van
remember
Dam's
that
wait, Concerto is the one
up
that-
until
Yes,
Flashbang,
That's a garbage trend for you.
Kurt was used to having Bosco as a co-commentator.
He was.
He was actually only had just started solo commentating
Oh, to the
around the
ass
time this
of
match
Bosco.
happened.
And it would become the norm for him.
To the
And
chest of
Also, I'm
Bosco.
very proud of the edit that's about to happen.
Take
Hey,
advantage
hey,
of
Off Key,
this.
do you
They
remember?
unsanctioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of this moment.
I figured you would be. So, guys, what you're about to see is you're about to see the formation of VIP, which how apropos after what we've seen recently. This was the first time that VIP became a thing. And there's the music. And Kurt, I don't think Kurt had the monitor on, so he didn't hear it. But I was proud of that edit. Like, because there was no way to do it clean.
What the hell? That. Wait, hold.
And Kurt's going to
Shut
explain what was
that-
going on.
No, Ozzy Taran and Beefling said they had a third man for their team for the trios tournament. And son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
So think about that. The Trios
Oh, yeah.
tournament to crown the inaugural Trios champions. VIP was going to be Beef, Ozir, and Bosco.
This is complete.
I had
So
the
Haas
jerseys
and I-
made. I had everything made up. It was going to be great. I know how much Phil loves those jerseys. It was going to be amazing.
So Haas and I lost our minds.
I know. I remember you guys. You were like, wait, that's the third guy? Because you didn't know it was me.
So we
Come
did,
on.
or I did at least. Taka told me a couple months ago that you were looking to put together
This is uncalled for.
a set of
This
MVPs.
is
I didn't know this was going to be
uncalled
specifically
for.
you, but we were incredibly excited because this officially made us heels.
Yup. And you wanted
We
to go
were
heel.
begging for
Where is Chad?
months
Where
to
is-
like
what-
make
the
us
fuck
heel,
is-
make us
come
heel,
on.
make us
Edward
heel.
Bosco's
We could be the
passing
bad
over there in
guys.
the
We'll
corner.
take it.
The
And
fuck?
like this happened.
Independent
Oh, it was
and
And
amazing.
you're
But
still
no,
a team.
Edward
Like
Bosco's team,
people
apparently.
forget Will was a call up. That and this is the piston punch. I did this on purpose. Chaz Lee,
No.
high voltage.
Marty Vermont, thank you for the raid, dude.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Ozzy
Marty
Duran's
rated
calling
during this
for it.
match. Oh, here we go. Trials of Osiris,
The
baby.
Trials of Osiris.
And here's the best part. I think
It's
Defunk
locked in. He's
taps.
just
I
torturing
think
Defunk right now.
maybe, but I don't think it matters. No, he actually got out of it. Okay.
His torturing Defunk is the way. Oh my God, Defunk is still going.
I was really happy with this segment.
Oh yeah, like it was so good.
Oh, real world champions in the chat. Everyone
But yeah, so
Marty the Moth.
there's gonna
this is
God,
the
man,
unsanctioned
just
match
thinking about how
This
much
was
the multiverse
great.
has
I love
changed
this.
and yet stayed the same. Oh, hey, look.
Oh, that's Justice Jake.
Oh, look who's coming out to help. And wait till you see who he
Justice
comes
Jake.
out with.
Wait, hold on.
Back before he, had he was on steroids and got his jaw pulled out.
Jake
He's
has
not
been personally
alone.
talked smack about. Oh wait, oh my
Oh,
God. Another man, EdwardBosco, has talked shit about.
it's our Sawyer.
It's our Sawyer.
Isn't it? It's weird, right?
Because this was right after our Sawyer's like, you need to go be with your dad, Zach.
Yup.
Oh, here we go.
I love this.
I love this square off too. This is 4 controllers. Here we go. Please help.
God.
Please help.
It's a brawl on the ramp. It is a brawl on the ramp.
And now I
It's a
switched to
brawl
one controller,
right now, if
which is
there's
good.
ever been one.
So there was a switch in there where I was like, all right, I got 4, I got 4, I got 4. Switch to 1.
Road here. Our Sawyer and Justice Jake both have their problems there.
Yeah, it's kind of, in the chat's being mentioned, hey, former world champion, future world champ.
Yep. Like, it's just so weird watching them, like, watching Justice Jake and our Sawyer come out here to fight Bosco, watching Zocco and Aiden come out here to fight Bosco. It brings back all these memories, because now meme is a thing. This was back when they had just broken up as the Undisputed Future. Hey, look, a rock bottom.
Quick jabs.
This is all back when we were relatively new to Warzone, like every one of us.
Yeah.
I think I've only been in there since like Asir's only been in there since February. Beef a little later.
Yep.
This was crazy.
But you're feuding with a future and a future world champion, like Caliban said. Like, this was a good rub for you guys.
I do not know
Well,
how
I mean,
this
this
is
is
gonna go down
the
right now,
beginning,
but let me
because
tell
at this
you,
point,
right
up till
now,
this, I want to say
it's
both Beef
unprecedented.
and
Oh my God,
Azir were
spear.
mid-carders.
Our Sawyer.
And this, because it was that proto VIP, it's
Oh my
what
God,
set the
there's
seeds
Bosco.
for being
There's
near the top of the card.
EdwardBosco.
And I love that. It was Defunct finally
my
gets up, and here
God.
comes Bosco.
Duo gifting a
See, the
song
thing I
from
liked about
Marty
these
the
cutaways is they let Defunct and Bosco
Moth. Our
sell,
Sawyer's with Bosco,
because
and
Bosco
this
got his ass
rivalry,
beat
Kobe.
and was over in the corner. Defunct got beat down for like 2 minutes. Oh, I love it. I love it.
it. 1, 2. Oh.
I also let Defunct kick out of a couple of those because I had to sell that he's a monster.
Sam, man, with 100 bids, it was 20
Ooh,
minutes,
right on
it's
the
a fucking
chair.
Party. No, you have. What? No, one of them.
And now the wiggle.
Rudy coming for this
The early evolution of the wiggle. He didn't have the wiggle at the time, but he always had a little shake in his step.
Well, because this wasn't that long after
No
you'd done the
way,
creation
no
stream where
way.
you were revamping his
Hold
moveset.
on.
Yeah, I remember because I did his
Bump's making it.
entrance.
Funky.
And I was super proud of it, even though he constantly
Oh.
wants to change it.
Yeah. And then, of course, we just saw Sweet Shin Music, which I remember
I
how much you were
love that.
laughing
He's
about.
the only guy that could pull this move off and make it not be stupid.
Oh, kick out of 2.
Or I guess make it make sense that it's so stupid.
The Funk has never won a singles match. EdwardBosco
That's true.
has
He's never won a
lost
singles
one.
match. He had
Oh,
never won
forgot about
one-on-one.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason why this was a huge match.
It was a
for
super
the
underdog
Funk.
Oh my
story.
God, he still got
I mean, this is
energy.
effectively Jungle Boy
His bones
taking
must
on
be shattered.
Moxley.
Chris Jericho? Oh, okay.
Oh, he's a
Oh, roll up. Oh, I love these roll ups.
No, he snuck it. Oh my God, kick out of 1.
Yeah, I know, Kev, that it's fixed.
The Funk doesn't know what to do to put down this guy, but that might work. Face first into that steel chair.
I also liked how long this match was, but it didn't feel long because there were so many
he's
stories.
going
Like,
for
I
it.
love
He's
when
going for
stories
that
converge.
stretch.
And the stuff with the
Muffler.
Undisputed Future
The
and High
Funk is getting
Voltage and
funky up in there with a
VIP,
stretch muffler,
and then
and
later on
EdwardBosco,
with
the
Chimp. Like,
MVP
it's
of
all
MNW.
these stories came together, and this was like the
Oh my God, a
perfect
boot to the head there.
conclusion to
EdwardBosco's
all of
gonna
it
get- oh my God,
that
hold on,
allowed
hold on,
people
hold
to
on,
go
hold
into
on.
the trios titles and go after the tag titles, and it was great because then VIP ended up facing High Voltage in the trios championship tournament, and High Voltage beat them. So they got a little bit of revenge. Like we all knew where this was going.
Oh my God, folks! I am.
I'd say this is also the origin of where
gone on longer
things
than
we'd
we ever
eventually
would've thought.
see, like the Trashman Jones versus
come on,
Grim
Bosco.
match and
Come
the Johan versus Earl King match, where even though it's these two guys in the ring, so many other characters can get involved
Yeah.
and serve the story. Because in the end, I think you made the point. There's a lot of story being served here right now.
And that's what I like. I know a lot of people remember Bosco for just cutting scathing promos, but I always like, even when I was going after people, I always tried to make it relevant to their story. Like, if he was going to bring up a point, I wanted it to be valid, even if it was twisted in a way that made him seem right. I still wanted it to have some relevancy and some truth. So, like, when I was going after the Republic, I would bring up their track record. When I called out Defunk, I would say, "You never won a match. You don't belong in the same ring as me," because all of those things are facts. But Defunk would come back and say, "I absolutely belong in a ring with you because there's a first time for everything, and it's going to be you."
Oh, tripping off of that.
It's just all about how you spin it.
4,000-pound steel step. Again, it changes. It fluctuates.
I also remember just watching this match, thinking, getting sometimes anxious because it's like, okay, well, the meta logic is Defunk should win, but I've seen that swerved before.
Yeah.
This is before I knew that somebody in this call. Catchphrase is always be working.
Always be working. I don't like, even if it's predictable, I want you to have the hesitation of like, it makes sense. This should happen, but maybe.
And at the time, Chimp was injured, right? Because I remember for some reason he wasn't. We weren't expecting him to come out in this match.
A vacation, good God in heaven.
If I remember correctly.
Just beating him up,
I don't remember that much minutia in the story at that point. I mostly remember the Funk stuff because it was built up so much.
Yeah.
This might be it. Oh God, we've seen him do this before. Oh,
here we go.
What is he doing?
Don't buy the cage, because that was a thing that Kurt did. Oh, it was right on the edge. That was one of those when I did it. I'm like, oh, this move glitches. Oh, it's gonna look worse than it should. Yes. It's like what Creation did to Bulldog. It's like, oh, that shouldn't have happened, but that's better.
That has got to be it. That has got to be it.
Well, also, and just a little bit hearing him in the background, Kurt was doing a great job as commentator selling everything. This is one of those times when you listen to his timing, and when he's on it, he actually can be one of the best.
The helmet's leaking blood.
Okay, so we were saying, yeah, Bosco had put Chimp in the hospital.
Yeah, so I could actually pull that match up. And here we go. I love the crossface. I love it so much.
You gotta believe this is gonna be close to the end here. All the Funk ever wanted to do was dance and have a good time, but Bosco can't have that.
Here we go. So this is a callback to the Chimp match. Because I use this to tap out Chimp.
Oh my God! No! That's a Bosco. That's a modified Maker's Guillotine.
No, that's the straight up Maker's Guillotine. Oh, and here he comes.
Chimpanzee is coming out of the ring.
Man, getting them to come down in the right spot was such a pain in the ass behind the scenes. And then here's an edit because it didn't work the way I wanted it to. But they look like they're in the same spot. I'll take it. Didn't have time to make it better. Would have if I did.
Well, that's worth mentioning.
And here's me with 3 controllers now.
Yeah. When did you finish editing this match?
Right before it aired. We had to play segments like Defunk and me fighting just to give me just an extra 10 or 15 minutes. This was done right before it aired. And I was so angry.
Counter.
That I remember.
I was so angry.
We were trying to be like, you did great. It was wonderful. And you were like, fuck you all. No.
Yeah.
Hold on. What is Chimp doing?
Here we go. This was one of the edits I missed before, but the director's cut.
What is Chimp
Director's
doing?
cut, I got it.
Oh my God! He's got a table. He does have a table. Monkey's got a table.
I had to edit Kurt's audio.
Chimpanzee's got a table, folks.
I know what's coming up because I remember it so distinctly, and something that just never will proc in RNG.
Nope, but it's something that we sold, and I swear if anybody uses this in a recorded match and it doesn't keep you out for fucking ever, I will end you.
Oh my God, Chimp is setting up. Oh my God. Oh my God, Chimp is calling for it.
Yep.
Oh my God, he lit it on fire.
Yeah, and here we go.
He lit the table on fire.
I didn't even know the game could do this.
Yeah, no, nobody knew that the game could do this. And it was the first time that a lot of people had seen it. And here we go. F you.
F you!
And so basically it had come full circle. Bosco had beat the crap out of Chimp. He had used the same dirty tactics, but it didn't work. And if we're going by technicalities, like out of character, that was the first time that he had ever been pinned legitimately without controversy. We kept it unsanctioned, but like it was still the first time.
It'd be like if we ever see a pin on Nero.
Yeah, basically.
On Flashbang.
I remember seeing that fire effect, and I thought you edited that in. Like, I thought you went into Adobe, found a fire effect, and put that on the table. Like,
yeah,
no.
Oh,
fuck.
No.
What the
No,
hell?
you haven't started using After Effects just yet.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but on the next, isn't it the next Flashbang where, or was it prior to this where you started playing Rabbit as the commentator?
It was after this.
Okay.
It was so the very next Flashbang I had came out as Hey Mr. Rabbit as a commentator because Bosco was done. And then Jagger made Eric Generickson, and Rabbit actually wanted to come on the show, so I switched to Generickson, and now I have the real Rabbit.
And thus the current status quo was born. And now the only other time I think we've seen Bosco was the night he came out to announce his retirement.
Yep.
And other than that, I know that because there's always this thing.
He did show up at the C101 and not do anything.
Right. I think he was just on commentary.
Yeah. Well, no, where he actually came out like he was going to cut a promo and then left.
Ah.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
He pulled a Chris Jericho. He just was like, hey, nah.
But
hashtag stand with Rabbit.
Yeah. The whole fact that the shoot therapy worked as well as it did, the teasing Bosco's return, is there's always that, could he come back?
Mm-hmm.
And as long as you don't overplay it, it can be used. But I honestly feel it's one of those right up there with, there's certain retirements that if you reverse it, you better have a damn good reason. So plus you've said you have no intention of ever bringing that character.
Correct.
But never say never.
Yeah, because like at this point, like I can say whatever I want. People are going to assume whatever they want.
So what? All right, I'm gonna throw this out here. We talked a bit about this, but from doing this, what lessons did you learn? What were your big takeaways on doing matches like this? Having done
Don't
that?
do these a lot because this wasn't the only match that I had to do for that night. So it was just don't do this unless this is like the thing that you can commit to because it takes a lot of effort. Like there's no easy way to say it other than it just takes a lot of effort. But my biggest takeaway was people will enjoy it even if it's not perfect. But if it's not perfect, I won't enjoy it because that's just the way it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the Multiverse Nexus Wrestling YouTube channel. If you like this video, go ahead and drop a like, share the video, subscribe to the channel for more, and ring that bell to get notified whenever we post a new video. This has been Joe, signing out.